Alright, it's going to be a video on my attempt at 20 cube multi-blind. Hopefully this video works. I've tried it a couple times and it seems to keep glitching out the video editing software. But anyways, this is my first attempt at 20 cubes. I just really wanted to see what it was like, or how difficult it really is to do that many, because I see people do 20 cubes and I think wow, I can't even imagine that. That's just such a ridiculous number. So I decided I'm gonna give it a shot. And plus 20 cubes is every 3x3 I have, so I finally was able to justify continually getting 3x3s and saying yeah, one day I'm gonna use them all and make a gigantic multi-blind. So finally did that. I got 11 out of 20, so it was a success. I was very happy about that. That was yesterday. I got a 7 out of 4, which was most cubes I'd ever solved in one go, which was 4 cubes. And so now I got 11, so that's pretty sweet. Right now I'm not actually memorizing all of the puzzles. I'm just reviewing them. So I decided not to include the memorization because it's just 2 hours of sitting there, 2.5 hours of just memorizing, so it's not terribly exciting. Memorizing up the last cube here. I did memorize that one on camera. Just solve it like normal 3x3 blind. And I messed it up, so it wasn't. That was annoying. Just off by 2 edges. I also had one cube which was off by an M2. I accidentally did an M2 at the end and messed it up, so that one was really frustrating. I was like, oh, completely fine cube. And I even told myself, I'm like, don't do an M2 at the end, and then I forgot, and then I did an M2 at the end. Just like that. So, really annoying. There's no way I accidentally, yeah, it had to be an M2 at the end. And then, yeah, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to be able to, I was hoping that it would be enough to not DNF, but I was not really sure. I was thinking I was probably going to fail when I forgot the blindfold. But yeah, I was just one cube away from a personal best in this case. I just needed that one cube to not have an M2, and it would have been a personal best. And then the 2 cubes that had just 2 edges flipped, if those had been success, it would have been far into the personal best. So yeah, it was a bit of a fail in that respect, I guess, but still, I was before, the most cubes that I even, when I tried the 10 cube just for fun, kind of just randomly, that took absolutely every single scrap of memory space I had. There was just no room to spare. And this time I had plenty of room to spare, even with 20 cubes. So double the cubes. This new technique is incredibly powerful. It just tiny little mistakes. It's hard to really tell exactly what happened in the 9 cubes that messed up, but none of them showed telltale signs of me accidentally scrambling it while I was turning it, kind of thing. So they were all just memory mistakes, but still, very pleased with this. It took me 3 hours, 12 minutes, 19 seconds, or 19.17 seconds. So 3 hours, which is probably the longest thing I've ever done in any cubing thing, so that's pretty sweet. I did it without breakfast. I just got up and decided to do this, so I guess I would be more focused, I guess, was my thinking. And I was constantly just trying to keep focused over those 3 hours. I don't think I ever lost focus for more than 15 seconds. I just kept sitting there like, hey, what are you doing? You gotta not, you can't just be sitting there looking at this thing in the background. No, you gotta keep memorizing for 2-3 hours. So Yeah, it was good. Anyways, that's that.